go about borrowing. And then, of course, you can't actually see anything concrete on ground for what they've done with these huge sums that they've borrowed. So, and then, of course, a strange phenomenon I've seen lately also is about infrastructure, in inverted commas. So they're building bridges, constructing roads, flyovers. That seems to be the popular one now. But then you forget the key, the basics of governance. I mean, the Constitution lays it out in very simple language. You can't, you would need help to actually miss your way as a leader,
I'm struggling with this assertion that building of infrastructure is not a key government duty. Like, I don't understand it, honestly. Somebody should help me to explain it, because his main argument is that Buhari is building, like using so much money up and owing so much money in building infrastructure, and that it is a waste to build infrastructure. I don't get it. Like, can somebody explain this logic to me? Because recently I'm seeing that, you know, a lot of people are making a case for infrastructure. Let's listen to what this man is saying. I hope the audio is loud enough.
Of course, a strange phenomenon I've seen lately also is about infrastructure, in inverted commas. So they're building bridges.
Can you hear? Can you hear what he's saying? Please, I need to have the feedback and see whether I need to increase the volume of my system.
Of governance. I mean, the Constitution lays it out in very simple language. You can't. You would need help to actually miss your way as a leader, as a public official, which is the welfare and security of the people. So you create jobs, you give them education, you give them health care, you give them an environment that is safe and secure to live, to do their business. So the failure of governance, actually, I mean, we've always focused essentially on the federal government. I think for me, to a large extent, the states, the subnational entities, have collapsed. Uh, and then, of course, you can't actually see anything concrete on ground for what they've done with these huge sums that they've borrowed. So, and then, of course, a strange phenomenon I've seen lately also is about infrastructure, in inverted commas.
I don't understand, why is infrastructure building in inverted comma? Oh, the volume is okay. So my people, let's talk about this thing, because he's, for me, I find it ridiculous, honestly. If I want to say my opinion about this assertion that building of infrastructure is useless, is even it doesn't add the value, doesn't any economic benefit, I am not getting it. Please, you guys, explain it to me. Like, is it because it's Buhari that is building it? Right? Is it because it's the person that you don't expect to build it that is building it? Because how can you make the argument that building of infrastructure is in like in quotation mark? I don't understand. So let me replay it again, because I find it, when I was listening to what this man was saying, at that point I was like, what? So the video is on Facebook, on YouTube. I saw this. I saw the brother that sent me this video, sent it to me on YouTube. I'm sure it will be on Facebook also. I don't know. So good morning, everybody. If you are just joining us, I'm just having breakfast, and I wanted us to just kind of randomly question and answer and talk about some issues. And this one of the issues is that Buhari's 8 years has been a waste. And I'm using this video that I've seen yesterday to kind of, raise the question. I want to hear your argument and your yes or no, your for and against argument. Of course, we can have a debate. We can talk about it. Normally, debate is not supposed to cause fight. We are supposed to enlighten ourselves, right? Like, for me personally, I am struggling with his assertion, with his statement that his point of view that building of infrastructure is a waste, that doesn't add value, that doesn't give economic benefit, that is not the job of the government. Like, I don't know, it's not rubbing off on me properly. But of course, I don't know everything. I'm open to know more, to learn from you guys, and so I'm leaving it open, right? And then in the other video, I was talking about, women that deal treacherously with the minors in their care. And I was saying, don't give your children to them, especially and particularly our women from the East. Don't give them that your children. And some people were very offended with that. And they were like, how can you say all? I said, well, I said it in the video that of course it's not everybody, but the percentage is very, very uncertain, very minimal. And so the potential that something's going to happen to that child is higher because statistics don't lie. The statistics of what is going on in domestic bad goes against small children is almost 99% on our women, and statistics don't lie. So are you going to, because of 1 or 5%, and put the child life in danger and spoil the life for the whole of your life? So this is one of the second question I'm asking. And I also make it open that you can ask your own, right? You can ask your own, you can add your own, you can also, let's just have the conversation. So I will be listening to you. So I want to replay this video again from the point the man is making his argument.
The phenomenon I've seen lately also is about infrastructure, in inverted commas, So they're building bridges, constructing roads, flyovers. That seems to be the popular one now. But then you forget the key, the basics of governance. I mean, the Constitution lays it out in very simple language. You would need help to actually miss your way as a leader, as a public official, which is the welfare and security of the people. So you create jobs, you give them education, you give them health care, you give them an environment that is safe and secure to live, to do their business. So the failure of governance, actually, I mean, we've always focused essentially on the federal government.
Are you hearing?
To a large extent, the states, the subnational entities, have collapsed. There's a semblance of order because you have the state governors going all over the place with sirens and long convoys, But then if you go where the action actually ought to be taking place, that's the local government, it's gone completely, and that is the center. But how would that?
But I don't know. I thought that Buhari gave signed into a bill that gives the local government autonomy, or am I wrong?
Work out. Let me paint this picture here. Case in point, the current administration, president,
it's not audible enough.
Signed some bills into law, and amongst them is the sort of like moving from the to the concurrent list, from the exclusive list, power and rail transport. The mindset of our typical authority. Because we know how that's played out. When was saved.
I'm coming. Let me play it again.
In inverted commas, sums that they've borrowed, So, and then of course, a strange phenomenon I've seen lately also is about.
He said a strange phenomenon he has seen. He has seen lately is the building of infrastructure, and infrastructure in inverted commas.
So they're building bridges, constructing roads.
That they are building bridges, constructing roads,
flyovers.
The
popular one now. But then you forget the key, the basics of government.
And then they forget the keys, the basics. So I'm asking, what are the keys? So maybe that's what I'm actually asking in the other way around. Like, what are the key duty of the government, So he has another explanation. I mean, the Constitution lays it out in very simple language. You would need help to actually miss your way as a leader, as a public official, which is the welfare and security of the people. So you create jobs, you give them education, you give them health care, you give them an environment that is safe and secure to live, to do their business. So the failure of governance, actually, I mean, we've always focused essentially on the federal government. I think for me, to a large extent, the states, the subnational entities, have collapsed.
there's a semblance of order because you have the state governors going over the place with sirens and long convoys, But then if you go where the action actually ought to be taking place, that's the local government, it's gone completely, and that is the center.
But how would that work out? Let me paint this picture here. Case in point, the current administration, President Buhari, signed some bills into law, and amongst them is the sort of like moving from the to the concurrent list, from the exclusive list, power and rail transportation. Now, do you think the subnationals will be quick to tap into this and bring it down, as in domesticate it to begin to work their own state? If, as you said, the local government, they're not even allowing the local governments that are theirs to work with to function as they should.
Yeah, I mean, this new constitutional amendment was just maybe a couple of months ago. That was when it was signed. Why did you have to wait? If that was important, why did you have to wait towards the tail end of 8 years? But
better late than never.
Better late than never. But I'm even saying, in my earlier comments, I said there's this undue focus on, projects, infrastructure. The essence of government. Maybe I need to rehash that. It's about people. People has got to be the central point, the focal point of governance, and you have to start from the basis, from the bottom, which is providing essential services for the people. The job of government is not to build infrastructure. I need to say this, I've been here more than I've said this over and over again. The job of government is not to build infrastructure. If you have excess money and want to do that, fine, but in a situation where you have scarce resources. So what a responsible government does, provide social services, education, healthcare, jobs, decent accommodation, safe and secure environment. Now, so are you saying they don't need infrastructure? Well, no. Then you partner with private sector. You make your laws, conducive to attract local and foreign investors. They take that burden off you. So you free up resources, to meet the essential needs of the people. Because, how do you square this circle? President Obasanjo wiped off our debt from 36 or whatever to 2 point something when he was leaving 2007. President Yadwa tinkered with it, but still left it at 2.5 by the time he died, unfortunately. President Jonathan did his best, moved that debt to 7.5 billion. Guess what? That debt is way over $100 billion as we speak. But this is the tragedy. So we have this huge pile of debt. But then look at the stats. 20 million children out of school, 133 million Nigerians living in multi-dimensional poverty. Youth unemployment has never been higher. Inflation, it's not even inflation. You should call it hyperinflation. And I could go on and on and on and on. So the question is, so what did you do with money? This huge debt, what did you do with it? If you have hospitals, doctors, are threatening to go on strike, they go on strike, you played with them, they still threatening to go on strike, university teachers are going on strike, and the list goes. So if we refuse to do the right things, and we refuse to focus on the basics, and we keep chasing this, what I call shadows, or fantasies, we still keep having these problems, going around in circles, as it were.
I'm looking at the words that you've uttered, because I imagine that a number of, state governors must have thought about this. And there are states where they have tried to partner with the private sector in terms of infrastructure.
The link is there. Scroll a little bit back.
People to also have a certain perception of what government should be doing and where they think private sector should be involved. For instance, toll is a very big deal in many states. If you're to introduce toll and say people will pay toll on a certain road, they do not see the reason why. But while we can have that conversation, do you think that the problem, comes from where criticism usually comes from? For instance, you say, we can't see anything that you've done with this money. At the same time, you say, oh no, don't build infrastructure. That's not your business. And infrastructure is where people see what governments or governors have been doing, or governments, because even the federal government included, have been doing with money. That's what they can point to. If you say, "Oh, we spent it on healthcare," how do you measure? Indices like healthcare. How do you measure things like education vis-a-vis the monies that are spent on them and vis-a-vis the results, which are usually delayed? They don't show at the time you put in those monies. Looking at the time frame that governors are in office, do you think that's where the challenge lies for a number of governors who think that, look, if I put my money there, at the end of 4 years, if they're asking me, what have I done? What will I say?
Heute möchte ich euch erzählen, wie pflege ich meinen Teich eigentlich
So,
regelmäßig.
sorry, I'm playing it directly from YouTube. Usually, I'm trying to send it from the WhatsApp because I can't. If I share it now, I will have to stop the video. Let me see. Let me share the link again. Yeah, that's the link. Yeah, so you people, you've heard, his major argument is about the infrastructure. Like, if anybody told me that there will be a day in Nigeria where somebody will be making argument against infrastructure, I would think that day will never come. But we are seeing that day today, and I don't know. I personally find it ridiculous, but I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Person know they know finish. Because I'm just wondering, like, how can somebody be saying it's not the duty of government? Of course, it's the duty of government to build infrastructure. All those things he's talking about is linked to the infrastructure. The economy is linked to the infrastructure. People need roads to get to their destination. Farmers even need more roads, good, accessible roads for quick transportation of their produce. Otherwise, they will perish under the influence of bad roads. Imagine if road is bad and you are transporting your farm produce and you are stuck on the road for 3 days because of bad road, no access. What is going to happen to the products? They will spoil, and there is no salvaging of a spoiled, fresh farm produce. So what is he talking about? Like that economy? And another key something from my own perspective, in Buhari's administration, they have paid salaries. In Jonathan's administration was the time that we started seeing non-payment of salaries. I have people that worked in the civil service and they never owed them a dime until Jonathan's administration. Then it was normal to owe years, 1 year, 2 years. Then it became normal not to pay pensions. And people were not being paid pensions for so many years. A lot of people lost, valuables, lives, everything, because they were not paying salaries. You all were a witness. All those things was actually what pushed for people to galvanize, because they were not paid salaries. And during Jonathan's administration, it became a big deal for governors to be paying salaries. It's something that you now use to give him an accolade that he's paying salaries. This is my own observation. I could be wrong, right? Ijele, good morning.
Hello, my sister. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Come and join me. I'm eating breakfast.
So I'm trying to share my sister. I don't know how that. If you look at that man, he came with his talking points, and always putting such people on TV is the reason it seems our political discussions can never be elevated. This man is still stuck. If you watch, when he was asked another question, within 30 seconds, he went back to that thing he had already prepared. He is just voicing our talking point without, he is so incoherent that he makes himself sound so stupid in the ears of ordinary people that they begin to wonder whether these TV people actually vet the type of people they bring on their platform, on their sets. But I love how Mogbe educated him there. She flogged him like a child. She gave him, do you know, she intellectually embarrassed that guy. If he had any shame, it will take him long. It will take long time. Sorry, I'm trying to share this. It will take long time before he would ever venture outside to go speak on public issues. Okay, you said the problem, the job of the government is to create job opportunities for the people. Please tell us, which other way would you create job opportunities other than building factories, bringing investors in? And can you bring investors in and build factories where you don't have roads? If you have roads, you don't have bridges. A journey of 30 minutes could easily be cut to 5 minutes because of bridges. All the places you are building those things, the people that will be working there must be locals. No contractor will be working in Imo State and say, oh, let me go bring people from Akwa Ibom State to be working here. One, they will consider the accommodation. You have to pay them more. They will consider everything. So the locals you are employing. Remember when MTN was laying these lines across Nigeria? Every street you were seeing them. Those people that got those contracts in your neighborhood, go check. All of them became wealthy. They all became multi-millionaires when millions was millions. No be now where we say if you change $2,000, now 1.something million you get. You know, you go to these places, they are building roads, they are constructing, doing road constructions. Whether NDDC, the ones they pay, the ones where they don't pay, we are going to get into that one very soon. All the people that will be supplying sand, the people that will be supplying gravel, some of those companies, they rely on subcontractors to provide those things. That means you are creating jobs worth millions of naira in all the places the jobs are going to. And if you are creating enough job for the people, you will not see Umokoko entering into the bush. Nobody will have money in his pocket, and you will be entering into the bush to act on known government or known government, whichever one it is. If you are creating those, how do you tell people of government presence when they don't have schools, they don't have like what did that man smoke? It needs to be made public, so people like us will not go near it. You really need to be out of your mind. You really need to have lost your marbles to ever open. You see, the thing is this: when hatred has filled the mind of a man, he never reason straight. Buhari has broken the mental state of most of these people. Most people you thought were wise, Buhari exposed them as fools. And the only reason he was able to do that was because these are people filled with hate. Up till now, you used to think that what they were voicing out, we were saying morning, afternoon, and night was all the conversation, but that's just a part of the conversation, and the part that doesn't even matter, i.e., religion and tribalism. Now is the time to play real politicking, to do the real politicking, which is substantive politics with substance. Go check that man. I will guarantee you there is no project to his name if he has ever had any public office before in his community when you go there. These are people that believe in words. Come here, tell you certain things. Just bring one talking point, spray it around, get newspaper owners and the TV owners on your side, pay them, pay the church, pay the imams, you pay the social media influencers, and people will just be murmuring. running around the circle. Look at the fool saying, why did he do it at the tail end of his tenure? Why didn't anybody do it since 1960? He found it so difficult to give the man credit. And this is what hate can cause. Please, do you know the name of that man?
I will search for his name. I was just looking at the video yesterday.
And I guarantee you he's a Southerner. I guarantee you he's a Southerner.
He looks
These
like
are people that have destroyed their land, destroyed their place. They never believed that the conversation would be elevated to the standard of show us what you've done. For the first time in Nigerian history, the political conversation was elevated. Notice the number of people that are angry. Are you still hearing Muslim tickets? It has died off. Yes, Daddy helped destroy that one. But other than Yes, Daddy, remember people have already voted before Yes, Daddy came out. That shows a lot of people actually understand that 127,000 votes Tinubu got in the Southeast may be the only authentic votes counted in the Southeast. Quote me anywhere. It may be the only authentic votes. Those were genuine votes, because if you notice the numbers that came from Imo State and especially Olusun, people are understanding that the problem, the biggest threat to you is that your brother that is in government collecting your own. This criminal doesn't want the conversation to go to there, because he may be complicit, or his political benefactors may be complicit. Watch how he tried to praise Jonathan when till now somebody brought, I think it was Godfather in 2015, that said he will give 10 million naira to anybody that will show him a single project started and finished by the PDP in the Southeast.
In the Southeast.
Even the entire South. Even the entire South. Nothing. If they manage to do maybe 30%, go and check the jobs. They have now Jonathan Satan, Buhari finisher. Most of those jobs were not even 10% done. By 10% done, I mean they did not even clear all the roads, all the access roads to the project site. And they have been collecting money for it since 1999. This is an opportunity for everybody to be exposed for their stewardship. How do you measure the administration of a public servant other than the results? And how do you get those results? He is trying to talk about insecurity. Show me a single insecurity problem in Nigeria that was not carefully planned from. Sorry, I think it's from my end. Show me a single security challenge we have in Nigeria that did not come from a group of people doing things on purpose. For instance, most of the Boko Haram attacks you are seeing, it's of late that many of them started exposing, we used to mine gold, pick gold English over there. We used to pick gold, raw gold over there. And the governments are now taking over those mines. That is the reason you see these activities of Boko Haram. It seems as if it has shrunk into just a 3 or 4 local governments in the entire north. Where Shiroro one, although they are dealing with that one. Then when you go to Borno State, it's the outskirts of Bama or Baga, all these areas, those areas, and almost all of them you are seeing where soldiers are attacked. Those are the communities that are very close to Niger Republic attack. Most people that were lying to this, just like this in the shouting in Plateau State, if you like, change a Fulani, Christian, whatever, what do you call the other popular tribe in Plateau State? If you like, put any of them, if they don't take control of all the mines that are in Plateau State, all those mountains you see there are just sitting on big wealth, many mineral resources, whatever you can find in Peru, in Colombia, in Ecuador, in their mountain zones there, you can find them in Plateau State. Go check it, everything. They are there until they start telling themselves the truth. You go to Southern Kaduna, have you noticed that with cameras in everywhere, we have not seen a video of the people attacking people in Southern Kaduna? Have you asked yourself why? What exactly is in that Southern Kaduna? They say, oh, now this one. Of course, they have farmers and herders clash there from time immemorial. Many people have been still rustling people's cows there, and some cows have been destroying people's properties, farms there too. But they will use it as if that is the problem of what is going on there. There is something else going on there. Then let me bring it to the southeast. You see a group of people that decided to lie to themselves, accepted a fraud without vetting it, incubated it, and the hatred they've been fed from when they were born is the basis for their own reality. That was the reason it was easy for the Afari to born Ashawo Pikin and Nnamdi Kanu to deceive them the way he did. I'm sorry, I forgot I'm on your platform, but we don't need to get into her mother's profession.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to go. If I wanted to go there, I would have asked them to mention where she was going after selling Agidi. Okay. So they listen to such a person. And the person set up criminals. You did not ask, okay, do you know a single good person in your village that is parading with an AK-47? AK-47 being out here. Do you know a single person that left his business and went into the bush, other than those of them that are at Mbuko Obosi and Mbukampo, that are going into their camps to buy those spare parts? Vehicles or people's vehicles, they are stealing and selling in parts. Many of them are coming from Lagos. Some of them are coming from Benin. Some of those parts, they are shipping them to Abuja here. Go to Apo Mechanic Village. Go to Ladipo. You go to those places, see how easy it is to purchase engine of all these vehicles they are stealing. Lexus 1, Lexus 330, 350, he gets as your 300 go clean, rich. They go see collector. Mercedes, all these flashy cars. Have you checked? And the problem is, most of the people they are collecting these things from are living in Abuja. Are you not seeing most of the number plates? You see them ABJ. That's the reason it seems support for IPOB died down a little bit here in Abuja. Most of them that were supporting them are now shot. Their mouths have been shot. I know my very good friend, Peter Okoro Chibuike, Yellow. He's a member, he's a Mojo member. One day I go explain Mojo to honor.
I want to draw your attention to something a brother wrote here. He said, let's understand that building Niger Bridge is not the problem. It's not the major problem of 250 million Nigerians.
Oh.
I don't understand why he made this comment. Like, is he saying that the Niger Bridge shouldn't have been built because it's not a major problem, or it shouldn't be praised for completing it because it's not a major
now let me show you. Please, what's the name of the person? The name is too tiny here.
The name is Amadike Ubaka.
Okay. If you go check, if he's not an IPOB sympathizer, he is a P2B supporter.
Okay.
These are people that will be seeing reality, but it's too painful for them to accept that reality. A bunch of hypocrites, perennial hypocrites, people that will never change. When they talk about developed countries, what makes a country a developed nation? Is it not infrastructure?
At least you are going on the road, everywhere is smooth, that is number one.
Those roads you are seeing, those bridges you are seeing, taking pictures when you travel over those places, they just magically appeared. Rwanda, if they had built that bridge in Rwanda, the same person would be telling you, oh, the second Niger bridge, Shagari promised us since 1978. We've not seen it. Look at what Paul Kagame is doing in Rwanda. Well, look at what Buhari did in Onitsha Saba. Are you kidding me?
He said it, God forbid to be IPOB. He forbids to be IPOB.
Then he must be an Obingo. He must be. How do you reason this way? No, tell me, why would somebody, an adult, reason this way?
Well, let's give room for every question, because they say there is no wrong question, but a wrong answer. So you don't know
there are no wrong questions. What you have are foolish questions and intelligent questions. Finish. It's one or the other, black and white. That is what life is. Okay. Because this is a foolish, this is a very empty, let me not use foolish, it's a vacuous line to do. What do you even mean? That is not the problem of 220 million Nigerians. Well, it's a problem of at least 8 million Nigerians. So if you can solve the problem of 8 million Nigerians in just 2 cities, Onitsha and Asaba, how many cities do we have in Nigeria? How many cities do those cities connect to? Do you know the number of people that are using that bridge? Do you know the amount of goods and services that are passing there? Then you take the one at Jeddah, you check the one at Okene, you go to all these places. You think like what? Okay, show me one project that is the problem of 220 million people. Mention that one project. Is it not when you build here, you build in Ibadan, you build in Kaduna, you build in Benue, you build in Nasarawa, you build. This is how it's done. Like, how do you change when you check America now? They talk about how everywhere is connected by road and rail.
Not anymore. Not anymore. I shared a video yesterday in my chat. I will share it with you. Like, it's in great decline. People are even they are having a massive infrastructural decline. They don't even know what. Many places are like having problems. Yeah.
They will show you a photo of Dubai in 1995 and show you a photo of Dubai in 2015 or 2020. And they will say, oh, look at how it's developed. Well, if the government of the UAE did not construct roads, did not construct things that make a place a city, those buildings you are seeing are owned by private companies. Then the owners of UAE, the ruling family of UAE, they are investing their own money there because they don't want others to put it there and be gaining what they should be gaining. You should be asking yourself, why are your governors not creating things that make cities cities? So your own people will come and invest their own billions and millions. How do you create Dubai if not all these infrastructures? You say that these people don't think. Their conversation about politics is always to find fault. Oh, where is he? He's a Fulani man. Let us find anything just to make him look bad. Oh, why is he doing it in the last 8 years? Well, the party you are supporting was there for 16 years. If you are an Obi supporter, Obi was a part of it for a major part of that 16 years. Remember 1999 to 93 to 2003, he was in the PDP. 2002, he left the PDP 2002. Finished in Abga 2013. By end of 2014, he was back to the PDP. Was there until this time last year. So You should be asking those people, what are their contributions to the development of their own state first? Before, why didn't they make electricity instead of making electricity? Removing it from exclusively so people can build from their states. Even Tinubu wanted to build in Lagos in 1999. They stopped him. He only built the ones that powered government facilities in Lagos. So why didn't those people do it? You see somebody that finally did it. You are just telling us, oh, why did he do it now? Just any excuse to not give the man credit.
Yeah. So I found the name of the man. His name is Wale Olumide. I had to scroll back to
Complete banza. I told you must be a Southerner. You must be a Southerner. Check it. Go and check his political profile.
Wale Oluwade, CEO, Growth Masters Consulting.
Then go check things, positions he had. Wait. Let me check his name. I want to check it very well.
Can you see his name? That's the man. So this is the brother that said he doesn't understand, all this frenzy around infrastructure, that infrastructure is not the work of government. It's not the basic, that they are wasting money, that the government duty is not to be building infrastructure. Like, he just have a problem with that infrastructure, personally, I am not saying that like you cannot find anything that you will blame or you can put on President Buhari, or you can find fault with. But I've never thought that building infrastructure will be faulted. Like, I didn't know that a day like that will come. Like, you can fault somebody in the things that they didn't do, right? Or in the places that you think they were not capable enough. But you cannot just go after the very thing the person is actually, can really beat his chest. I said, I did this. And then it will be your topic. And then you will say that building of infrastructure, gone, is a waste of money. Like, I don't get it, honestly. So that is what we are talking about for those of you that just joined us. Yeah, so, and when you go to the comment section, people were really hailing him, finding what he has to say very interesting. They said previous, like for example, this one said, previous president took us 5 years forward, but Buhari took us 20 steps backward. Right? So
see what I found out now. See what I found out. He has been railing against Buhari since 2017 even. Watch. It's not like I told you, when you hear him, you know he's a bad faith actor. Now, the person that told you that Jonathan took them 5 years forward, now ask him. Name one sector, aviation, agriculture, like any sector, anywhere, Jonathan did better than Buhari. Give us the total kilometers of roads Jonathan, Obasanjo, Yaradua combined built. Then check the ones Buhari built. I'm talking from 2019. From 2019, the entire southeast. Name me one project started and completed by Jonathan that is worth I'm not talking about Onitsha Second Niger Bridge. I'm talking about the Babatunde Raji Fashola intersection, the roundabout. That roundabout between Obosi and Oba. Please, in the comment section, now, show me one project, one done by Jonathan that is worth it. Then we will start taking you people seriously. Like I told you, these are liars. They will never, hypocrites, a bunch of hateful people. Their hatred has beclouded their judgment. There is no other way to put it. Why would you say Jonathan moved you 5 years forward? In what way? Is it the jetty that they gave what is the name of your Edwin Clark? You people are crazy. 9 billion naira to build a jetty in his community. That jetty would have taken less than 1.5 billion to build. Yet they collected, sorry, it's 7 billion here, then the other one 2 billion. 7 billion naira for one jetty. Yet they did not build it. The Jonathan you are talking about, water. Let me even start from Tinubu. Lagos, everybody knows that. They said, oh, Mami water where they by beach, where the Atlantic Ocean, they pursue that black glass house. The Mami water they see himself for that glass. Now make and they come. Now make the water they do that. Meanwhile, every year they were collecting 11 billion to tame the water. Every year. But they judge, the hatred, but they judge harbors for Bola Ahmed Tinubu started from there because it was a PDP government. And he is the number one person in the PDP, Lagos State. Till date. See how he's changing man. But because Tinubu saw this thing and said, forget this nonsense, he tamed that place, built a batch there, blocked off the water from the summit. This is what opened Lagos Island and made it the paradise it is now. Meanwhile, your Jonathan, the last flooding, which I warned about, that there will be heavy flooding this year, it will disturb everybody. It sacked everybody in Jonathan's hometown, including his own home. He ran away from his home. For how many months was he there? Somebody that water pursued from his house. The video is still there. You people choose the things that tickles your fancy. You choose the things you get angry over. You did not ask yourself why a president that governed Nigeria for 6 years could not do. The entire Lagos Island is bigger than the population of Bayelsa State.
Okay.
Bigger.
Let me bring an argument from a PDP, so to say, from the opposition, because your argument is now on the side of APC, right? So to give it some kind of balance, if you are PDP, you can come in and say your opposition and counter
or
what
Labour,
Ijele is saying,
right? Anybody,
or
come
Labour,
now.
exactly. So if you think Ijele just be the
come now here.
people, the link is
on
there.
Video,
you can join
on video. Come out here.
And then this brother Amadike, let me read his points that are kind of a counter argument. He said, Nigerian economy has gone from 0%. Has gone from 0%. I don't know what minus 0% to our currency is now worthless at the moment. Insecurity is at the highest level. Our roads are deplorable. Okay. He actually wrote it 2 times. Okay. So my brother, I don't need to
my sister, please,
we are seeing it the first
read out the first point. Let me address it. Read out the first point, please.
I don't know where he said is going to, but he said he said Nigerian economy has gone from minus 0%, and now our currency is worthless.
Hold on, my sister. Hold on. Let's talk about that economy he's talking about. Tell him to show you the metrics he's using. All these people.
Amadike, you are hearing. Show us your metrics that you are using. How you arrive to that conclusion.
I'm coming now. I'm coming. Let's say they will say, ratings agency, Fish agency, Standard and Poor's. Please, can you show us their internal data? Now, as Nigerians, especially within Nigeria, let's talk about it now. They will tell you, a crate of egg is now 1,000 something. Before, we were buying a crate of egg, 160 naira. Ask those in America how much they were buying a crate of egg in America then, and how much they are buying it now. People do get into discussions that are bigger than them. higher than them, and they will be repeating rubbish because they've been brainwashed. They are repeating what others wrote on paper. Okay, let's check it now. The same people told you that Nigeria has the highest recovery, post-COVID recovery than every country in Africa. That includes Egypt. That includes South Africa. That includes Algeria. That includes Morocco. That includes Congo. That includes Kenya. That includes Rwanda. Are you hearing me now?
Yeah.
Nigeria, the same thing. Now they say, oh, the second one I mentioned is currency. Ask him what he knows about fiat currency. He doesn't know anything. And because most Nigerians don't, including your professors in school, they will be arguing over what they don't know. Like yesterday, I'm happy my brother Spencer called me. He said, Ijela didn't realize they've removed the pound from the gold standard since 1971. So long there is no sand money, every year, every money must be going down. It's a must. And if you are too daft to understand it, then you are free to repeat the popular talking point. Oh, how much was Ghana before? American dollar, how much was it before? They are going to Europeans are doing what you call quantitative easing. This is another word for counterfeiting. Another word for counterfeiting. But you don't have that access. Meanwhile, you are not checking. Agriculture, Nigeria ranks from the highest importer of rice in Africa to the highest exporter of rice in Africa. The fertilizer American companies are selling to Haiti and all these Caribbean islands are being bought from Nigeria. Ebony State fertilizer is there. Dangote fertilizer is there. Go and check the number, how many tons of fertilizers that are leaving Nigeria for the USA alone. Are we talking about? Do you know why all of a sudden cashew nuts, the price skyrocketed? They are pushing. Check what is leaving Nigeria and what was living here before. Nothing. Tea. America said, oh, highest the hibiscus tea, where they talk about now, Zobo. One day I will tell you my story with hibiscus tea. Zobo. The people that supplies America Zobo is Mexico, but Mexico is importing more Zobo from Nigeria than they are manufacturing.
Mm.
Everything on every
We have it
aspect.
here, so we call it hagebute.
Oh, everything.
We make it
Check
like
the
bags. Yeah.
Anchor Borrower program. Oh, rice was 12,005 before. Rice in the north here. No, now they buy rice expensive. Some states in the north, they sell 22. Some sell 24, 25. Some sell 27, highest. And it will be like top notch. It will be Abuja. You will check all those things. Then check what rice was in the USA when it was 12,000 here and what it is now. Check every given thing. Mention one country that thing did not affect, because you people don't know how the global economy works. You are not looking at the positives, and they look at the rice pyramid. Shebi they send a scaffolding, na fake. Go check. He must have been one of the people that, oh, na fake. They go check that rice. Why you are saying na fake, na fake? Other people from other African countries are coming to buy that rice from Kano, from all these places you are seeing, from Kaduna. They are shipping.
From my own understanding, that Buhari stopped this importation, it cushioned Nigerians from the impact of this dollar. So the expenses you are seeing that things have increased is actually the fall of the dollar, right? So the things that are imported, or the things that has to do with some kind of exchange, the prices went up. But other than that, the local things that you eat, your gari, your yam, if not because of the stopping of all this importation and building on the agriculture at home, do you people know what we are passing through here? Like, you go to shop to buy something, ordinary cucumber, do you know how much we buy for one? Like, things have exploded. And here everybody is demonstrating because of the high cost of living, and the salaries have not increased. That's the worst part. Rent, electricity, everything double, triple, like from zero to fiam. This rice you're talking about, we used to buy rice like €1 for 1 kilo. Like you buy like 5 kilo, like you want to buy some exotic rice, you buy like 5 kilo for like €10. But that 5 kilo now, we are buying it €25. We are buying it, if you see it's cheap, €20. Like, it's so expensive.
Wait,
Things
oh,
are
wait, oh,
expensive.
don't forget what you are saying. Don't forget what you're saying. €25. Let's pin euro at 800 naira. Eh? You €10, 8,000, €20, 16,000, then €4. How much? 20,000. Then remove the other difference. Let's say remove 2,000, 18,000 for 5 kilos.
For 5
Then
kilos.
your 25 kg in Nigeria, you people will first run and shout, when under government is, and see, this cost of importation, now then the customer, they will not want to go through the right channels and pay their tax. So they will be buying dollars at 450 naira from the government opening. I say, they know the give person. It's a lie. Then they give, but they don't want to pay tax. All of them put head into the black market issue. While you are cutting corners, you are shortchanging yourself. Then you people will cry, oh, it's 700, but check how much we are buying 25 kg of rice in Nigeria. So my sister, please continue with that cost of rice and cost of living there. Let them hear.
Yeah, it's true. Anybody that live abroad can testify. Like, sometimes you want to buy this paprika. This paprika that I'm eating, this like tatashe. Normally we buy like 3 of them. You buy like €1. They put it in the pack. But now it's like €3. Like one is €1. If you see, so, like, depending. So like the things like double, triple. And where is the money supposed to come from? Yogurt that we used to buy 20 cents, 30 cents, now it's €1. And imagine you have 3 children. Normally, if I want to buy yogurt for my children, they have like 25 cents, 29 cents. I'll buy 3. The 3 will amount to about €1. But now, if I want to buy yogurt for the 3 children I have plus myself, I'll be spending like €5 to buy yogurt. You understand? So it's little things like this. You used to buy cent that is not up to €1. Before we used to
Tell
buy
them
1
about your
liter,
gas bill.
one,
Tell them your
1
gas bill.
liter of ororo to cook. You used to buy it 99 cents, 89 cents, not up to €1. But now if you see, they won't even allow you to take more than 2 or 3. No, that ororo of one liter, you are buying it €3, €5, €4.99. Something that used to be ordinary 99 cents, not up to €1. If you see cheap one, it will be like €2.99, €3.99. You will not see it. There's nothing like €1 again. So things have really gone high. And then our electricity bill, our electricity bill just doubled, noni. Just double. Our rent, like everything just once, truly here. And Nigerians have not experienced that. The suffering Nigerians are suffering are the wickedness that they are wicked in themselves. Everybody wants to cash out doing petty wickedness, not because of
Tell
government.
them your gas bill. Tell them your gas bill. I want that gas. I want to hear that gas own. Tell them your gas bill in a month.
The thing is, my husband told me that the bill has doubled. I'm not the one paying it, though, because if I'm the one paying it, I will know it. But
Okay.
I know that
Now
the price have increased.
let me show them something. Let me show them something. In Abuja, see my gas bill. See gas, 12.5 kg. 10,000, you go still get change. 10,000, you still get change. You see all these fish, this guy fish where they here. All these things, this guy fish where they here. I have removed some inside. I don't remove me. You know how much I bought that in 33K.
No, here
33K.
our own is connected to central system, like grid. You know what when they say the
That's why
grid.
I said then in a month, when you check that bill, see, when you check that bill, you will see the quantity of gas you are using there.
Yeah.
That's your central gas. See the quantity of gas you are using. Then if it's this LNG, measure it by the same measurement system of measurement. LNG own, this other one own. When you measure them, check how many you are using. Like in that house now, if this 12.5 kg is connected to that your house and is what all of you are using, you know how long it will last you, but it's just under 10,000 naira. It's just under 10,000 naira. When you go get that your bill next time, check the quantity of gas you used. Then check what it is.
No.
Now,
That one, even here, they are preparing us for any basbos now. There was a day they said at a certain time, siren started ringing, everything off. You just be whatever you are doing, any application you have, you just be hearing beep. They are checking that they want to make sure that everything is set. So in case of there is basbos, they will use that thing to alert us and tell us where to go and run for safety. And they have told us to stock up. The emergency, the office that works for protection of this thing, they have sent us brochure that you have to be ready. Maybe there can be natural disaster or something, emergency, that you should have at least 2 weeks of food. Not coded, but who gets is supposed to know? Say that they tell you, say prepare. So buy things for us, medicine where you need. There are medicines that are no longer available. That if you want to go and take it, I have medication that they wrote for me. You can you go to the pharmacy, they say they have eng pass, like it's not available at the moment. The doctor should go and write an alternative. And the doctor say, if you think of anything, you understand. So many things are going on. You people are protected from that, but you don't know. You understand? So that's why I know that
the groundnut oil, if you have your money now in Nigeria, you enter market, you want to buy 1 crate of like 1 container of groundnut oil, you will buy it there. Sunflower oil, everything. Okay, under the same Buhari administration, we are coming on. AKK pipeline is coming back to life. AKK pipeline, that is a gas line from Nigeria that is going to Algeria. From there is going into Spain to the other part of Europe. Nobody thought of doing that thing, even at the high cost of, even when they were selling oil at $100, 105, 115, to the point of $120 per barrel. They did not build it. It's the same. Some will ask you, oh, why did it take him 8 years to do it? I'm coming. Check the 3 major refineries we have in Nigeria that was built with our own money. A group of individuals got together and sold it to themselves and their friends. The same refineries, the Buhari they are talking about has recovered all of them. The Port Harcourt own Dangote refinery, 20%, the federal government. 22nd of this month, next week, it will be commissioned. It will be opened. Port Harcourt will be coming on in June or July, same as Warri and Kaduna. The Ajokuta steel mill, many people don't know. You see, that steel mill alone was employing over 20,000 people. They created a city there. People gathered and sold it to themselves. Buhari had to pay money, go to court, although he cut many things from what they were asking for. Now he has recovered it. We can actually process our iron ore. Russian engineers are there now fixing it, retrofixing the plant. Not as if they sold it and we used it to employ. Imagine employing 20,000 new Nigerians in steel industry. Let me ask them, when was the last time they heard that an engineer graduated from school and doesn't have a job? unless now those ones we no know what they do for school in Nigeria. Do you know how they
And
are looking for?
Amadike, maybe you have to give us a source of your data, because he is continuing to say, why is our doctors, like I've said already, you can complain about the things that have not been done or the things that are, but for you to pick on actually the ones that was done, like the road that was built, the infrastructure that's really, really, really not nice.
The infrastructure is the foundation. Gradually,
sincere.
now the next person that is coming, one, you have new sources of revenues. You have the Port Harcourt refinery, Warri refinery, Kaduna refinery. Now, if they remove subsidy, the cost of the money government is shipping to that cartel, that in form of subsidy, is one of the reasons you have dollar shortage in Nigeria first. It will die down completely. Even if you are buying fuel at 250 or 300 naira per liter, that money will still be in Nigeria because the manufacturing process is in Nigeria. The raw material is in Nigeria. Nobody is bringing anything from outside. If anything, we will be exporting. And with time, you will see that all these people that are hiding to sell fuel to Niger Republic and Chad, they will legalize it. Then an ordinary person, whether you're from Anambra, you are from Imo State, you are from Oyo State, you are from Benue State, you can actually buy your tanker, buy fuel in Nigeria, drive it to the border, clear it at the custom, go that side, sell your petrol, drive your truck, come back. In a week, you will be making millions of naira. How do you think all these American companies are making money, all these truckers? You can actually become a trucker, go from there to there, supply it, make your instant money, come back. All the things will be circulating here in the country. Why didn't those people find it visionary enough to do before Buhari came? The man did things that we have been dreaming about, and people are still there moaning and complaining. Ask that person how his state is.
Amadike, how is your state? You need to come live. Come and join the conversation.
Forget all these
cry on one corner is not helping. We need solution. So our brother Olisemeka wrote something. I wanted to highlight it. He said we must equally consider job opportunities, good road network. Is it not the good road network that Buhari is building that they are complaining about? 24/7 electricity. I know someone that was telling me that they are having lights in Owerri, right? And I was like, you people are now having lights. Yeah, in fact, their freezer, everything have blocked. So it depends, it depends where you are. It depends your locality. Some people have lights, some people don't have lights. I don't know about that. And maybe people on ground can help us to put more mouth on that.
My sister, let me tell you something. These lights they're even talking about, they are not holding Jonathan, who sold our electricity, responsible. Remember, Obasanjo sold it, was in the process of finishing it. Yar'Adua came and reversed it. Jonathan sold it completely. Your electricity output remains the same or even less from when it was sold to them. Is it not the business of the people that are collecting the money to build those things? Nigerians, the daftness, the ignorance, the level of ignorance amongst Nigerians is okay. In Imo State, some people don't know how evil Emeka Ihedioha is. Emeka Ihedioha is the number one person you are paying your electricity bill to. So, can you show me a single power plant he built in Imo State with the money he's collecting? Emeka Ofo is also involved because the entire Southeast, go and check the people controlling the Eastern Electricity Distribution Commission. Check all of their names. They are from your place. Why didn't they build anything? You want Buhari to come and build for you so they will be collecting the money. Well, they have reformed every other one. So I'm sure they are in the process of finishing the SAP. They will collect it from them. Then that is when you have to start blaming the government again. And you should ask yourself, where were you when they were selling all those things that you didn't even know? Did you participate in the protest? No. Some of you are not qualified to weigh in on issues. I'm telling you that you have opinion doesn't mean you need to speak publicly. You have to go and first investigate that thing that formed your opinion. So your question should be, so it was actually individuals that are collecting this electricity money. That is where your research should begin from. Then you know where to apportion blame. Job opportunities. The trains lines they are building, they've been building, there has never been a single time they stopped work there. I'm going to challenge anyone openly again. If you know a single APC abandoned project, federal project, mention it in the comment section now. Those projects have been ongoing. Do you know how projects move from town to town? All those places the projects are moving, are passing. They are building roads there. People are getting paid. When people at those places they built the railways, go and check. All those train stops have created new cities there. Indigenous of those places are building hotels. They are building stations because buses. They've created new motor parks around those places. People, instead of paying thousands to go to Warri, you just go and enter the train. You go to Itakpe here, enter the train, fare 2,005, you are in Warri. All those places the trains are stopping, those cities they are building. Is it not human beings that are getting employed to build those homes? Are they not buying the raw materials to build those homes from people? Those people they are buying from, are they not getting from factories? Do you know a single metal factory in Nigeria that has closed down in the last 8 years? Do you know a single sand dealer that is not making money in the last 8 years? Do you know a single community where they are breaking stones that are not, in fact, the millions they are making there is fueling most of the crisis you're hearing about? You people don't even look at the positive because you've been wired to problems. That's why you keep seeing only problems. My sister, I think in the next 5 minutes I will have to drop. I have to go somewhere.
All right. Thank you so much, Ijele. And just to add to what you are saying, the employment cannot be done by government alone, right? The private sector have to also come in there. And the private sector we have, the individuals who people work for, they are not reliable and they don't want to pay livable wages. They want to take advantage of the people. So that is also something that the government you can fight about. You can have groups that can work towards that because it's a problem. We that we're in abroad, it's not government that employ every one of us. It's individuals that employ us in different small ways and they pay us our salaries. But if you go and work for a Nigerian, even here in the abroad, you enter wahala. You will work in this abroad, they will not pay you, just like they are doing in Nigeria. They will not pay you. To pay you your salary, it will be like they are doing you a favor.
There is a girl that transports herself to work at least every day. She must spend between 500 and 700 naira every day on transportation alone. What the boss is paying her is 50,000 naira.
Okay,
50,000 naira. Okay, imagine if she wasn't living in her parents' house. How would she have coped with rent?
Exactly. And here, even if you are
Electricity
living with your parents, you pay tax as long as you're an adult. You will be paying tax, whether it doesn't matter where you live. As an adult, as long as you're working, you are earning money, you'll be paying tax. See? So, yeah, I mean, there's so much to be done, but the ones that have been done, please, let's not just go after it. Thank you so much, Ijele. I appreciate your presence.
Well done.
Imagine, Imagine, he said a friend of his bought a flat in his estate, built a house, bought 2 cars between 2016 and now, and he's still complaining. Let him come to abroad and see how many houses he will build now. Is it by mouth? So the employment is not only government. Government, we are talking about government. When government pays salary, they pay only civil servants, right? But the private sector, for the country to move, the private sector needs to be booming. The private sector needs to pay their workers and pay them on time and pay them livable wages. And because of this, I want to share this video of this lady with you guys.
And then
So this lady, she worked in the UK and she decided that she wanted to come to Nigeria. I think she was born in the UK or something like that. So she's feeling patriotic. You know, sometimes when they are not treating you because of like this, you know, you'll be thinking, let me go to my father's house and all those things. And she got there and she was working, all right. But then to pay her salary is a problem. That's what I was saying. The private sector needs to come in. This private sector is what boosts economy. So when the enabling factor about our elite in Nigeria, they want to eat all the money alone. You have a fleet of cars, you have a mansion, and the people who are working under you, you can't pay them livable wages. You can't pay them wages that they can actually live comfortably with. You know, you can't pay them wages that they can pay their children's school fees, that they can you know, afford a good living. You will just be paying them 10,000 naira for the whole month. And even sometimes in the neighborhood where they work, there's no booker where they can even go and eat food cheap easily, and you are not factoring in all those things, right? So our elites don't pay. They don't like to pay salaries. Even if a Nigerian own a company here or in the US, ask anybody that have experience with them, to pay you your salary, it will be a problem. They will not pay until maybe the month end. They will be owing you 1 month or 2 months, and eventually you may have to forfeit that money for them. And imagine in Nigeria, they are doing it already because nobody's asking them. So I feel this is something that needs to be fought for. Labor union, this is your duty. You're supposed to fight for your workers. So those people who are engaging people at work have a role to play. The government can only employ so many civil servants. They can't employ everybody. So the rest have to go into the private sector. And the private sector is not doing well, basically. So that's why people are suffering and are desperate.
I lived and worked in Nigeria for 7 years after moving to the UK when I was 3.5 and growing up here. And then I upped and left in 2014 because I wanted to work in the media and wasn't working out here. So I was like, let me go back to my motherland and let me do it there. Sounds pretty straightforward. But guys, I worked for 3 different companies, very well-known companies out there in Lagos, Nigeria, and whenever it was time for payday, I had to pray and fast to get paid. I was hoping to get paid on payday after working for a month. And let me just tell you, that is a reality for a lot of Nigerians. Like, to work your ass off and
not get paid.
It's crazy. And what was even more flabbergasting for me was that, like, in one of the jobs that I worked in, the first one, the audacity of the boss that I had was that he had the nerve to be buying new phones and coming to flaunt it in our faces. And even what made things even worse was that my colleagues would be like, some of them would be like, oh my gosh, wow, this phone is so cool. And I used to look at them after we slagged him off. We just slagged him off, by the way. We just slagged him off like 2 minutes before he walked into the room. We just slagged him off. We just were abusing him, saying that what kind of a man is this? He's owing us salary. He's not cutting out of our salary. We can't stand him. But as soon as he walked in, oh my gosh, hello sir, how are you? we love you. We love your new phone. We love that you're spending our salary on your new phone. It was crazy. And, I would look around at my colleagues and be like, but why are you guys accepting this? Well, why don't you just get up and you need to just get up and leave. We've got to leave. We can't just like sit here. But we have the power. And they would tell me that, yeah, just speaking English. I just speaking English. Eventually, I got up and left because it was just rubbish and nonsense. And I couldn't, obviously coming from the UK, I just couldn't handle the fact that I would have to be hoping for my salary. But man, that's the reality for a lot of Nigerians. And it's still, and unfortunately, it still is. And the fact that a lot of the management, even in the other jobs I had, right? The fact that the management, they had this attitude that, oh, well, if I can't pay you, you just have to manage. Because if I have the money, I'll pay you. If I don't. But you didn't think about that when I was slaving away from like 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. or when I had to do overnight productions. Yeah, it was really savage.
Okay, so this is a perspective that is not talked about enough. Our brother said the best is to create your own job. Yeah, but sometimes you need capital to create your own. So you need to start off small. You need to start off somewhere. You can also be, working for someone while you are starting your own, so that you have that basis. But like what she's saying, that the man is supposed to pay them their salaries. He will not pay them. He will use the salaries before their koro, and he will go and buy big phone, big car. And they were just sitting here and complaining, say, this man, you don't want to pay us. So instead of them to use that energy to say, okay, you have not paid us. So then when the man will come with the big car, with the new motor, with the new telephone, iPhone, whatever, they will say, yeah, they will be praising the man, right? They will be saying, oh, we love it. You're so cute. So how will the person now know that he's owing you, that he needs to pay? Right? So they'll say if they can pay you, they cannot pay you, go and manage. They don't care about you. Because now, for example, if they employ you, they don't pay you 1 month, they don't pay you 2 months, they don't pay you 3 months, and you complain and leave. They'll go and employ another person that with the hope that they will pay the person. And the person will be working, hoping for salary, months and hoping for salary. That's how they can go a year. They have not paid anybody. And they will have all the money. That's how you see some people will just have too much money because they are not making any expenditure. They are not paying salaries. They are not doing any other thing order for themselves. And that's how the government needs to come in. The labor government, the people in charge of labor in Nigeria, they need to sit up and put a minimum wage for the private sector. Because when they are talking, they're always talking about the government sector, the civil service. No, you have to talk about the private sector because that's the real deal. You have to put laws that governs the labor, the working period, the rights of a job seeker, the rights of an employee. You have to establish it and let the workers know their rights. Let it be something that they will sign along their contract so that both parties will know that I have such rights, and if you can offend me in this way, this is where I can take the case. So if you can have people that can do their work, just do your job, but we don't have it. That's the problem. We don't have it. Like, for example, this small girl that we are talking about, her case that brought about this story I was saying, that you shouldn't give your children to our women. It turned out that the minister or the commissioner for women affairs, he's from Nnewi, and maybe it's kind of related to the lady that did this thing. And she's like, yeah, I've gone there to collect the child. It's like they're dragging now the child. How can you be dragging a child that is already in safety? Instead of you to go into every home and rescue all the children that they are using to be doing their work. Is it not your duty? Say, this should be a pointer that so many of such things is existing. I don't understand our people. And, it's so easy for our people to stand up and say, Yoruba people this, Hausa people this. But once they hear Igbo, their head will stand. The same probably you are doing like no man business, like it doesn't matter. You don't want to see it in any way, right? You don't want to see it. You don't want to accept it. Hello, my brother. Good afternoon.
Good morning from here. Germany, are they 2 hours ahead?
No, we still day morning. No, and they look say midday don't almost reach. No, it's still morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I know you guys are an hour ahead of us. Sorry, sir, I turned off my camera. I know we are close. I just there walk from
Okay.
house. Once again, thank you and good morning to everyone and good morning to Jenny. You see, the truth is, us as Nigerians, or most Nigerians, we are very dishonest. Government is continuum. No particular government can do everything for you. If truly most of these political analysts or these disgruntled politicians, disgruntled Nigerians, one thing they should be pushing for is the National Assembly. That is where the key thing is, and various houses of assembly. Say, for example, now, I don't know if we have like a 50-year plan where they want to see Nigeria to be, And you've touched base, Nigeria has touched base on so many of the fundamentals. The truth is this, without agencies of government being alive to their responsibilities, there's a huge problem. Let me not drag the conversation back. Just like the one you're saying about the little girl in Anambra. Equal here, seeing the man at Bekola, Omoha, one Igbo, Yana Iwe. But the thing is, if we are to keep statistics, people should ask this particular or this nature of event, how common it is in this demography. No one is asking that question. Last year, I think a person buying in mail carry and put for sack bag go, and a very young girl. Now I agree, because one thing I agree as a person is this: everybody wants to be loved and to be appreciated, and same way every parent wants to have child. But for the fact they are struggling doesn't mean they shouldn't have kids. And this is where the government comes in, Now, that is where I say the government has failed, the Nigerian child, not just today, that has been in time immemorial. Now, the Anambra state government, because I follow Zehus now because of this thing, the commissioner trying to localize this as a new issue. What they are not asking, what laws are they making to protect the child, the rights of a vulnerable Nigerian child? There are no laws in place. Say, for example, for those of us outside of Nigeria, even if you want to discipline your own biological child, you're worried. How are you worried? You don't want to smack them that you leave a stamp on their skin, or don't want to smack them, or that it gets to the point that you become worried because whether we like it or not, they go to school. One thing most parents fail to understand: while they are in school, the teachers observe. Moreover, children that are under 5, they observe their skin. They take off their clothing to look at their skin, and they monitor the behavior of the child. Is it declining? Say, for example, if the child comes to school and starts withdrawing, they begin to look deeper. Why is this behavioral change? There are, apart from having a normal, teachers, how many of the schools have what do you call it? These people that work with children, just like, okay, let me say therapy, just like the one this guy brought, to observe those behavioral change. No, a lot of things is missing. And even Zehus, though with his level, he can understand that little girl has been traumatized. She needs a therapist, and he brought a therapist. There is so much that needs to be corrected within our demography. But
yeah, the thing is, it's important to build a case against that woman, a case that can stand in court for the trial, right? So In one hand, I understand taking her away without the commissioner involved, because you need that commissioner to prosecute. So you don't do anything that will jeopardize the case, because you are fighting on two fronts.
Let's say, like, I don't know if you saw his recent video. First, you see, the commissioner was angry because he exposed their negligence. Now, let anyone say the truth. The first hospital they took that girl to, if it's that commissioner, if her own child was having, let's say, malaria symptom or any tropical disease symptom that is common in Nigeria, will she take her own biological child to that hospital? The answer is no.
Is that one a hospital?
That is one. Zehus only took the girl to a hospital in Delta State. Now she's angry because I know she could be angry for various reasons. Not like he's trying to trample upon her office. But then making that video showing that hospital has shown the level of degradation they are even putting a traumatized child to. If in any case that child should be having a first-class treatment, she should be seeing not just a pediatrician, she should be seeing an ophthalmologist as well.
I understand what you are saying. You know what is funny for me, or what I don't understand is, like, why are you fighting over this child when you are, like you are saying, like our brother is saying, they have not shown what action have they taken to rescue any other child? Like, do you have to wait for social media to bust a case of almost unalived before you will now come and intervene? Or you have to be proactive as a commissioner? What is the law? What does the law say about child labor in Anambra, for example? Right? What are the affairs of women you are taking care of? I read in a post in the comment section that if a woman or need their help in their office, they need you to go and bring 15,000 naira. And most of the women that need their services are poor. Sometimes they even borrow money to look for their office, and then they will tell them to go and bring 15,000. How do you do that? So Los Zeus, like you said, have exposed them. Like, you understand what I mean? Their incompetence and how they are using that office to just waste away, and the work that they're supposed to do is not being done, right? And on the other hand, now, how are we going to have the data and the details to build the case against that attempted fire?
You see, my sister, make I just leave because I didn't work. They me for the house. You know, the truth is, we need to be honest as a people. We need to admit the issues within our demography. Like, in particular, this relating to vulnerable children. Let me use that word. It is on the rise, and it didn't start today. It didn't start 2005. It started even while I was a child. I could remember, some so-called madam, they put peppers in the eyes of the maid or the girls. These things needs to be corrected, and this is where I say every state of assembly needs to sit up. Because, if there were laws, say for example, if that lady knows that her particular action would land her 20 years in jail, she'll be thinking twice to hit that child. Because there are no laws, there is nothing. That is what everybody is free. And they even consider that to be a discipline.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, my sister.
Thank you so much. I'm captioning it that way gives it that kind of attention. Captioning it that way don't give them, since they don't want to attend to it, to give it the priority. So push it out there to the public and say, don't give your children to one Yonibo like that, right? Our brother Chimeze, thank you so much. I'm sorry that I'm talking because I wanted to share with you this post before I leave this morning. It's been a long morning actually. So you can see this is a post I saw about what happened. That's what our brother is saying. He said, Chidinma, attention, general public, Chidinma Chukwujeku, the little girl. So the girl that we are talking about, where they walk by, where they hammer her like tinker, they said that her name is Chidinma Chukwujeku. And the girl, how the auntie that called herself Chinyere did now. She said she's my grandmother's maternal home, like she's her niece. Is her niece from her grandmother. It's your niece, but you don't know the whereabouts of your niece, Abby. You don't ask of your niece. That's why your niece ended up in the hand of almost unalive. So she said, I personally have been on top of this matter since it came to my notice. The little girl and her parents was deceptively taken away from the police clinic, Oka. So that first place that we are talking about is a police clinic, right? And without the notice of the office of the commissioner, that is commissioner for women affairs and social development, Ife Obinabo, that is the madam Ife Obinabo. You can Obinabo, so you can check her profile. She's the one. They are not dragging the girl. Like, I'm wondering, why can't you go and save other girls? Go shop to shop, house to house. Operation, show the people living in your house. Open your doors. Go to school, do inspection, tell teachers what to look out for. Like, do your work for the first time in your life. Let teachers, everybody cooperate. Then this nonsense, this madness will stop. How can you have small children? They will be doing them anyhow. Everybody will look at them and say, this woman, you just remove your eye until they will unalive the person. Because you're not thinking far. They say Lord Zeus now went to take the child away from Oka police clinic, that they took her there so that they will be able to get all the data. I know that Zeus is fighting on two fronts, but it is important to establish that data very well so that they will not, tamper with it, so that that girl will not be brought to justice. Because if that woman, that is this Ife Obinabo, is her relative or from her village, they may want to cover it, or they will not want her to go to jail for the evil that she have done. So, it's a long story short, and they said that the many concerned Ndinewe and the girl's extended family are promised to take care of Chidinma Hospital B. But you people know her and her family. Have you people asked of her before? Or you have to wait for somebody to appear on social media for you to be running helter-skelter? That's why if you have to find a way to be doing community outreach. No child left behind. You have to initiate it in the Southeast, because lives are in danger. It doesn't even matter whether it's Southeast. I posted in my WhatsApp the girl that ran away and is now in a Ikorodu police station. I don't know whether they have been able to locate her. I pray. Because she doesn't know the way to her village and she doesn't have money, but she knows where she comes from. She knows the name of her village. She knows the name of her school. She can give all the details. But, she had the sense. Thank God for her that she escaped, right? And I hope that they have been able to reunite her with her family. See, then now they are dragging the girl. Like, what's happened now? See, I don't know which one is the Ife Obinabo among them. Of all the children that are there, you people are not dragging this one. Why? Go and save the rest. Now, this one is safe already. This one is now a social media queen. Help has come for her. Many others need your help. Do your work as a commissioner. Go and help those ones. Stop going to say, as that one is now, it doesn't even matter, self, on another way, whatever his motive is, as long as the girl is being helped. So you as a commissioner, it was happening right under your nose, because you don't have laws. You have not done sensitization. You have not done information dissemination to tell the women this is a crime against the state, against humanity. Don't do it. You don't do it. You didn't do it. Now you are dragging the one that they have already saved. You say Zeus came and take her away from the hospital. Tomorrow night, if this girl becomes somebody, they will not come outside. I was a mother. She live with me. Like the footballer that the case is trending now. They have two mothers that are dragging him. My people, have you seen this story? They have two mothers that are dragging him. This one is the stepmother from Ivory Coast. Are you seeing him? So, okay, look at this. This is a wedding now. Can you see the wedding? This is the wife, right? They are doing wedding. Okay, look at all the children here. This one dress well, wear shoe. This one, everybody dress well, wear shoe. Look at this one now. He wears slippers. He's not happy, he's not cheerful. Him papa put hand for his shoulder, say my pikin. No let that one person fit even stay, at least he still even see who still dey recognize as human being. Today now, he has now become a footballer. Now another mama don show up. This one say na me be the mama from Liberia. Na my pikin, whatever. This one say na me trainer, na me be mama wey you know. Mona dey do good though, na no know tomorrow. And again, it's not even a matter whether you like to do good or not. It's a crime. If you do it, you go to jail. Full stop. Exactly. They want to do it like family matter. They want to do it like, we need a massive sensitization across the southeastern states. Let there be orientation. Let it be on radio. Use it to do drama. Sing it like a song. Dance it like a dance. Let it be a folklore. That it is a crime. And if you do it, it will nga. You don't feed them nga. Tell them that it is a prison is calling them. And make it known to them. First of all, above all, instead of you to go and be dragging a child that is already safe. I've never seen this kind of thing before. Don't drag her because you want to use it. Everybody now is a human rights activist. You want to like no. This one is already safe. Okay, there are many. You don't have to wait. In that Anambra, so many things that are going on there. Go into the communities. You go into Onitsha main market, you will see children that have not eaten, that carry market for head. Go there and rescue them, Madam Commissioner for Social Development or whatever. Do your work, do orientation. There are many educated people in Anambra. Why should something like that not be known to them? That to do a small picking, this kind of a thing is prison. It's Nga is prison. Nga is prison. You go to prison. If you do any small picking, anyhow, anything, you go to prison. It's a crime. Even if na your pikin, even na your pikin, Nga. Yeah, so my people, it's been a long morning. I hope you had enough time with this program. I didn't expect it to be this long. But here we are. Thank you so much for joining me. For those of you that joined me from the beginning, those of you that joined later, thank you so much, Ijele. Thank you so much, my brother Henry Chimeze. I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate all of you that also joined your comments. Let the conversation continue in the comment section. Share the video, spread the word, and yeah, share your own opinion. Let us also learn from you. Is there something that we need to say that we did not add? Please help us to add us, amplify the conversation. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day.